All right, what up, y'all? What up, y'all? What up, y'all? This is Straight Facts with Gutta, man, episode 6. I'm your host, Jay Gutta, man, straight from the Gut Entertainment. Sponsored by Vita DeLuso, sponsored by Bel Air. We got the King of New York in the motherfucking building, man. Kony Brooks was popping, BX on Thought Boy. What up?
What's good, my brother? Thank you for having me, taking some time to hang out with me today. That means the world.
Nah, man, always, man. You just dropped a dope ass EP, man. The Makers of a Legend. Um, it's fire. Like
Thank
every
you.
record, and you sound different on every track. Um, you delivered. Well, what was the
Thank you.
creative process behind that EP?
Um, so that project literally wrote itself in a sense that anybody who's been really tapped in with me, who knows me, whether it's music or personally, just understands like the last year just been real heavy for me. You know what I'm saying? As far as emotions and just tackling life and just different obstacles. So instead of letting it get me down, I had a conversation with Silence Celeb, and she pretty much pushed me like, "Yo, the music is your therapy, so use that." So I locked in with my guy July Quinn. He produced the whole project, engineered the whole project, and we just kind of going through beats and samples and loops and putting things together and like word of mouth, like mouth diarrhea kind of thing just happened. So I'm just rapping at this point, just flowing, just going with it, and just literally telling that story of who I was before I actually hit that wall, then how I put the pieces back together, and how all of those things contributed to making me a legend now.
Okay, so that's basically the creative process, and it's crazy because it's therapy. And it's therapy for you guys as creative, and then it's therapy for us as listeners because a lot of things that we go through, it's like we able to relate to a lot of the things that you guys are doing on that end as a creative, and that's what builds a bond between the artist and the fans, what builds a bond between artists and media, and then it kind of trickles down to different elements. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are some of your biggest inspirations musically
Just in
and
general
life in
musically.
general?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sonically, as far as music goes, definitely my biggest inspiration would be the Notorious B.I.G. I'm a big Banks fan, big Cassidy pre-URL fan. The Spitters. We not gonna talk about it, man. Shout out to Cass though. And as far as just life
He's still
goes,
he's
you know what
still
I'm
gonna
saying?
lose, but yeah, shout out to Cass.
He is. I want to see Cass in a small room against a guy like Mickey Fax. I think that's where he'll get a chance to shine. Trying to do what all these other guys are doing, he's gonna get cooked. It's not for him. But that's neither here nor there. Another conversation for another day. As far as life goes, I have to say, you know what I'm saying, my mom's, my pops, biggest inspiration, just kind of watching them struggle and still figure it out how to put food on the table coming up and how to make ends meet. It was never a moment in life where I understood struggle unless I chose to. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So just kind of adapting that mindset and being able to pay it forward was really, really big for me.
No, that's dope. It's wild that you say that because it's like a lot too. I believe that too many artists try to feed off of negativity to fuel the creative process, and it's kind of like you hear like, yo, my teacher said I wasn't gonna be shit, but look at me now, and it's like, yo, your teacher never said that. All your
Right.
teacher said was, yo, get up and read, and you didn't know how to read. That's not the teacher's fault. Like the teacher
Right.
never
That's
said you
you.
wasn't gonna be shit. That's a you issue. But
That's
you
a
know,
fact.
it's mind-boggling to a certain degree, where it's kind of like to you have to take accountability. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to say, like, yo, you watched your parents struggle to make ends meet. That way you didn't struggle. Like that's how it's supposed to be. Like there's nothing wrong
Right.
with that. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
Like
fact.
stop trying to create this fake narrative to get people to feel sorry for you or whatever it is that their narrative is. Because at the end of the day, like we have enough mental health issues and enough things that we go through on a day to day basis, so where we don't need to create no fake nothing. Like yo,
That's a
like it is
fact.
what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
That's a fact.
this shit. But what's your creative process like? Like it's like I know what it's like for now for the makings of a legend, you use it as therapy, but just in general, what's your creative process? Like if somebody called you right now and said, like, "Yo, Kony, I want to do a feature," what's your creative? What goes through Kony's head?
It really does depend on how much I like you in the record. If it's one of those moments where you know what I'm saying, I'm feeling the record, I got a good rapport with the artist, like beyond music, then it's a vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's really like, all right, how can we make timeless art? Those are the type of people that can send me a record without the verse already being on it. It's like, yo, this is just a beat. I hear your voice, but I don't know where to take it. Now I'm sitting there like, all right, it's how would I do this record if it was just me on it? Because at this
Mm,
point they hit me up because they want me to do me. It's not one of those they want me to try to fit to this sound. It's not like they hitting me on some, yo, I heard Coney Brooks being Thotty Pippin, right? So I need the Thought Boy kind of, nah, like you know me for me. You just really on some, yo, I think we can make a timeless record. Now I'm like, all right, I'm putting the same type of thought and energy I will put into your record, I will put into my own single. So now it's like, all
right.
right, what's going to hit? What's going to hit? Now, if I'm responsible for that hook, I'm responsible for that 16. Now I'm jumping into it with that mindset, and I think that's big.
No, that's dope. And for somebody that you know what I'm saying, like for you to take the time out and for somebody to trust you with knowing that your process is going to make something out of nothing, that's a big deal. Not so many artists are going to trust you with their record. You know what I mean? So unless they really believe in what in you and what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? So that's dope. So I'm gonna segue that into who would you give me three males and three females that you would most like to collaborate with that you haven't collaborated with already. Industry, underground,
Okay,
wherever.
thank you. Um, I would love to collab with Surf. Um,
One of the best battle rappers to actually make music by
I
far.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He got it. He got it.
Yeah.
Um, J. Cole. That's my
Mm.
favorite rapper. Period. Right now. Um, and you know what? Low key, and this is very low key. I like Fabio.
Mm.
I think I'll get on something with Fabio and Cook. As far as females go, probably Mulatto,
Big Lotto,
Fire. I'll probably go. I mean, easy Cardi, Bronx, me, it works, right?
definitely.
Um, I want to say somebody on the circuit right now I haven't worked with. I get a chance to work with a lot of them. Nah, we just gonna stay. I probably K Goddess. I probably like to work with K Goddess. No, I'm lying. I'm backtracking. Duchess. I definitely want to work with Duchess, especially because she lives
Really?
down the block from me. Especially because she lives down the block from me.
She lives down the block from you and y'all don't have a record together? What's going on?
Yo, if I tell you how long I've known her and we both didn't know each other for music purposes, it'd be crazy.
Wow.
I used to teach her niece after school.
That's crazy. And y'all had no idea y'all both did music.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've known of each other's names, but never could put a face to name type of situation.
Mm. That makes sense. That makes sense. Wow. Okay. That would be dope. I mean, now you have to make it happen now. It's on record now. Like it
Yeah,
has to
yeah, I
happen.
know.
Like it has to
I've
happen.
said this for the world.
Yeah, like now, like once I put this out, like you have to say it. I mean, we had 2,000 unique views every interview, so it's gonna be seen, bro.
Hey,
Listen,
it
it's
is what
going
it
to
is.
be
Let's do
seen.
it.
But if you could open up for anyone, who would
Oh,
it
that's
be?
easy. That's easy. Tory Lanez.
Ooh,
That's easy.
what do you think about what Spotify is doing to Torio?
To be honest, I'm not as tapped in. I just know the reach. You know what I'm saying? Can you give me some outlook on what the hell they doing with this man?
So here's the thing. Here's the thing with Spotify, right? So they feel like his beats are like how he
Okay.
likes to remix a lot of things,
Yes.
but
Yes.
he gets permission from these artists to do these things. So
But
now
they're not clearing his uploads.
all of a sudden now Spotify don't want to clear nothing that he's doing. And he's like, yo, you know how much money I made y'all fools? Like, man,
So yeah, no, that's ugh. I guess those are conversations the label should have. You feel me? I think those are lawyer conversations at this point. That's not. He
hmm
should stay on social media with that one. You said your piece. Now let the lawyers handle that.
right? Because it's like it's too much. Um, but now going back to Kony,
Mm,
King of New York. Any issues
yes.
come with that? Because you know how when Tip did the King of the South, it ran rapid, to a certain degree. Couple of
hmm
people clapped at him. Um, but now, have you had any issues from anybody in New York saying,
When don't I have issues?
yeah,
When don't I have issues? I've been fortunate enough more times than not in the past. I want to say 3 or 4 years in particular that I've touched certain types of outlets to the point where the people are arguing for me, like it's a beehive type of situation where I don't have to be the one on social media or I don't have to be the one dissing people kind of thing. But every couple of weeks there's somebody taking a shot. You know what I'm saying? I've jumped on lives with people. Shout out to the infamous Amadeus, the most recent. I jumped on one of his lives. He was doing something with Shade 45 and was like, yo, everybody jumping on the cipher, whatever the case is. So I'm dumping. And I said a line about the King of New York, and people immediately jumped in the comments talking crazy. But then one person goes, nah, he's actually kind of nice. And then a couple of my peoples had jumped in here. Y'all niggas is bugging the fuck out. So like at this point, I'm just rapping, but you could see the comments scrolling up on the Instagram live. I've been
right?
fortunate to be blessed with so many of those types of situations. When I'm ready to like step my foot in shit, because ain't nobody nervous out here. I'll show you why I call myself the king of New York. It's not an issue.
hmm Nah, but the thing is, like you really nice. Like you hold up, you hold your name up and everything you stand for to a certain standard. So it's kind of like okay, so if you think otherwise, like I, so what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I'll put you against anybody. So you do a cipher, you're
Appreciate
gonna
that.
dump. So, but on that end, it's crazy. But what is one of your favorite tracks to perform from your current catalog? Like, what's the most
Um,
fun for you? What brings you back to, yo, this is the reason why I do music. Like,
whew, I would have to say probably waist trainer. That's the one that everybody goes mildly retarded when I start that shit. Um, it's just it's the amount of fun, it's the energy. I remember when I was in high school, I was in a it was like a performing arts program, and I had a mentor named Job Poetic, and he just literally saw me. He was like, "Yo, you're raw talent." Me and my man Zay Rhymes, Zay Mason, was on some Bustin' and Spliff Star shit. So like he was literally molding us and trying to teach us how to just perfect that stage presence and that craft and things like that. So performing that record takes me back to those moments where it was just pure energy, just bouncing around and figuring out how to control a room.
hmm
So even though it's much more polished now, you know what I'm saying, 14 or 15 years later, um, it just reminds me of where I was at that point in time.
right,
Like it doesn't feel like a day at the office. Like this was fun.
right. Is that one of the best advice that you have received in this business, or is there something
Absolutely.
that you would feel like you say, yeah,
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's some of the best advice. Just figure out how to hone your energy. Don't lose yourself. You know what I'm saying? But figure out how to still have fun with it.
right, okay,
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the business is
so
always going to be the business. We get into it because we love it. So find those reasons to still love it.
right, definitely, definitely. So now, Thought Boys, right?
Mhm.
Where did that come from? Like, what was the creation behind it? Like, who started it? Why? Like, what? Talk to me.
So that actually started out as a joke. When the word thought came out, and it was just really big. So when people didn't really understand it, and they were just saying that hole over there, it was kind of like a male would get called a thought for many different reasons. It wasn't always just for like fucking a joint or whatever the case is. Oh, you got a thought haircut. Oh, you a thought because you buy all the Jordans that come out. Oh, You a thought because you'll trick on somebody. Oh, you're really a thought because you slide and everything, right? So we're all in the crib working on some music, and Dips comes in and she's like, "How's my thoughts doing today?" And we all looked at each other.
Yo, that's so random. How you walk in on the walk-in? How my thoughts doing today? What?
Yo, yeah. So we looked at each other, and Swag was like, "Yo, I got it." And then he had pulled up a beat that he was just sitting on or whatever. He was like, I had this
Hmm.
hook, but I didn't know how it would go. So he starts working with it, whatever the case is. Me and Teddy was like, yeah, we getting on this. Bulldoze ourselves on it. You hear JR humming a tune in the back like I'm not dead. So that's how the Thought Boy record itself came together. And then the name just kind of stuck after that once we dropped the record.
That's wild. She on the walk and you said how my thoughts doing today, and it just clicked.
Seriously. That's how most of our sessions go. Somebody will say something stupid or we'll catch something and that's just how the idea get rolling.
That's dope. But no, but that means you guys just have actual talent, and you guys have an actual brotherhood, and you created an actual family. I'm saying where you guys really ride out for each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. And that you don't see that too much in this business or just in life in general. You don't see it where there's a collective and y'all all talented. You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
So that's dope. That's dope. So I have one question that most people always want me to ask this question, and I've gotten the craziest answers. Yo, what's the most useless talent you got?
The most useless talent I have.
Useless talent. Like it's a talent, but that shit
Wow.
don't make no fucking sense. It's just useless. You got it, but it don't make no damn sense.
All right. If I bite on a quarter, I can impersonate 50 Cent.
That's useless as fuck. But dope. If I bite on a quarter, I can impersonate 50 Cent. That's some
The
clever shit.
whole talking, mouth not moving, sound just like the nigga.
Wow. Wow. Okay. What's something that you would change about the industry?
um, I'm not making more money off of it. No,
Yeah.
that was me being ignorant. That was me being ignorant.
That's some real
I
shit
would
though,
say,
nigga. Fuck. Yeah,
I would say truthfully, um, just a lack of balance in the music that gets heavily promoted. Now, being in the game, we know just how much of that is budget and push and things like that. But
politics.
right, I feel like a lot of people with different sounds don't have access to the same outlets. So I would that's the one thing I would change. It wouldn't necessarily be about politics. You'd still have to pay your way, go through what I'm saying, your trials and tribulations the way you got to go through it. But it would be so that it's more well rounded. So that, the kids who don't sound like Cardi know that they still have a space expressing themselves. Because it's easy to get discouraged.
Right. Yo, shout out to all y'all program directors that be listening and yo, play everybody's record, man. Like there's so much like there's 24 hours in a day. Y'all don't have to play 23 hours of the same four records.
Right,
Like that shit just don't make no goddamn sense. It just don't.
right.
So this is gonna be my last question, man. Then I'm gonna let you go, man. Do go handle your BI. What's next for Kony, man?
Um, we got a couple of things going on. I'll be shooting that video with P very soon. The City of Dreams. We
Okay.
got the short film project. I wrote my first series of short films, so we'll be filming that. We took a halt, with the recent loss, but we'll be jumping right back into that very very soon. And I got a big single I'm working on that we coming to fuck the summer up with. So
Can
we
you say
locked in.
who's on said single? Can
Oh,
we get
me
a
and
nigga
me,
to who's
me and
producing
me.
it? Who's producing it?
See, now you asking too many questions.
Who's producing this said single, sir?
Shout out to my guy A&Q Beats, the same gentleman that produced the situation for me and
Mm. That's all that needed to be said, sir. It's about to be a hot summer. That's
Yes,
what's up,
sir.
man. Well, Kony, man, thank you so much for taking the time out, man. Always love on this side. You already know how we give it up, man. Shout out to the people. Let the people know where they can reach you at, where they can get your music.
Absolutely, man. Everything is Coney Brooks at Coney Brooks, KonyBrooks. The website, www.conybrooks.com. We got the merch, Squad Goals hoodies. We got the Making of a Legend tees up there. And that project, the EP Making of a Legend, is available on all streaming platforms, everywhere music is sold. My double album, When All Else Fails, is still available. And just tap in. And thank you again for having me.
Nah, you already, man. That was Straight Facts with Gutta episode 6, man. Coney Brooks in the building, man. Thank you all for tapping in. We appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all follow this man. Your Coney. I holla.
You're ready.
Peace.